Tashi Rinpoche. Oh, there's at least I thought somebody is missing. Okay, so today is of Uttaratantra studies. We Asanga meditate and study and work for Asanga meditating on 12 years. 12 years to see Maitreya Buddha. With a kind of a number is connected with that. We did 12 sessions, and so congratulations for you that you completed the 12. That's quite rare and a great accomplishment. First of all, this study is rare, and the second of all, to complete 12 sessions. And the 12, within these 12 sessions, we've been able to finish until fourth Vajra point, until four Vajra points among 7, and 3 left. So we will continue next time 3. And page 174. We are not there, but we will go back. But I just wanted to kind of point it out this stanza first. It's nothing whatsoever is to be removed. Not the slightest thing is to be added. Truly looking at truth. Truth is sin. When sin, this is a complete liberation. So Buddha said all sentient beings has Buddha nature. And what is that Buddha nature? Then that Buddha nature is itself, its essence is enlightenment. It has all the enlightenment qualities as primordial nature, its own nature, yeah. And so there's nothing has to be, and also at the same time, it doesn't has any stain or defect or any kind of problems or suffering or obscuration, anything. It's in the nature. That's why there's Buddha nature, that Buddha nature, or your true nature. Your true nature, there's nothing whatsoever is to be removed. There's nothing need to be removed from your true nature. Not the slightest, not even a very little thing is to be added or to be obtained. No need anything to obtain or edit it. Then what we have to do is truly looking at the truth, truly, or how to say, correctly looking at that truth. Then when truth is seen, and a true reality, when we look at one's true nature, and then oneself the true reality is seen, when that is happen, then this is the complete liberation. Then that time is called achieve nirvana. and then achieve Dharmakaya, and that is a complete, complete liberation. Then we free from all the sufferings, because suffering are not the reality, true nature of us, and then obscuration also not true reality, no nature of us. But then the liberation, the happiness, the peace, and then the wisdom, and all that, and then additionally, particularly all the enlightenment qualities, such qualities of Dhammakaya, such 10 power, and so on. And those are the nature, primordial nature of your own mind. So that's why. This is anyway. This is nothing. This is nothing to be. So this verse explains what is what is the essence of Buddha nature. Yeah. Oh yeah. So if that's nature, if then. What it means? Nothing whatsoever to be removed. Here it says, but before it said advantageous obscurations must be removed. Now it says need to be removed. Then what it means? What this two different meaning is? Nothing whatsoever is to be removed from its essence, its nature. That's last time we give example, sun, right? Sun is sun. You don't have to wash sun. Yeah, sun itself is luminous, most bright, luminous, and stainless object. And then there's no stain. You no need to wash, or no need to remove anything. So like that, our nature of mind is then itself is there's nothing to be removed. But then, having said that, still there are advantages, obscuration, then mental mental states like cloud that is not truly existed, but then there's temporarily appears there becomes a problem, because that's because of that cloud, like mental states, and make us experience samsara and suffering. So that temporary that is the next stanza. It says the element is empty of the advantageous states. So the nature itself is empty, means it doesn't has these qualities of the advantages, these obscurations. And then the obscurations which are featured by their total separateness, they are totally separate, like a cloud is a totally separate thing from the sun. So it's all a temporary thing, and this can be removed. But then, like a sun has brightness and luminosity, right? Luminosity and brightness. It's a nature, cannot be removed, or cannot be, no need to edit. It's a nature. Similar like that, clear light, nature of mind, enlightenment, qualities of awakened, qualities of wisdom, qualities of happiness, qualities of peace, qualities of blissful, and the qualities of transcendental, that phenomena qualities. All that is, but it is not empty of the mathless properties. Yeah, mathless properties, which are featured by their total inseparability. then cannot be separated. It's a primordial nature. Next verse explains like. Okay. So what what we are talking about is what we are, who we are, where we come from, what is our problem, how problems can be solved, and especially what is temporary problems solved. We know how to do that, but if there is an ultimate solution, and what we should believe in our life, what is the meaning of life, and then if there is why actually we like happiness, and why we don't like suffering, and how we can remove suffering, even if that's possible, where the suffering come from, where the happiness come from, and if happiness can, we like happiness, but if that can be achieved, and if that can be achieved, how, and how much can be achieved, and limit of happiness, and then so if of course we are looking for more ultimate, lasting happiness. If that is can be achieved, how it can be achieved, what it called, and all that question is actually that is all questions actually in our life, whole life. Everybody is asking those questions and going after that. How to say these questions, right, in our head, and that is here. This studies, this explains that, this answers these questions. So you desire to be happy, and you want to be free from suffering. That is part of your nature. You see, that's because because of true nature. There's a true nature of yourself is awaken, enlightenment, and it's a peace. So happiness, peace, and awaken, enlightenment, all that is the true nature of yourself. That's why you always, how to say, you desire to be happy, you know, because that's part of nature. And then obscuration of you don't like to suffer. Suffering is not part of nature. And then, but also, suffering. Then the suffering comes from, but the suffering is also the temporary and impermanent, and not truly existed. Why? Because its cause is not truly existed. What is the cause of suffering? Is advantageous, that obscuration of your, something that is called advantageous, that obscured your nature. But that obscure, like your true nature is like sun. Sun, like sun has a luminosity, and it's bright, it's hot, and all that is its nature. But then a cloud, there's a cloud. This cloud is not sun's nature. Similar like that, our true nature of mind is obscured by advantageous obscuration. That obscuration is not truly existed, but in temporarily there it's impermanent, and that's why suffering is impermanent, and its cause is impermanent, and both cause and effect, cause of suffering and effect to suffering, both can be removable, and it's a temporary. Temporary means it's removable, comparing to the true nature, and all that happiness, peace, and enlightenment, unconditional compassion, all that is nature, reality, primordial nature. So that is not something you can remove, or you can last, or it can be disappeared. It's part of the true reality, true nature. But where our suffering comes from, even we have our nature, true nature is on all that enlightenment nature and happiness, but the suffering arises because since our nature, true nature is obscured by that temporary obscuration, mental stands, such as explained before 9 examples. Do you remember 9 examples? What? First is lotus. Who can remember 9 examples? Lotus. First is lotus. Second is bee. Third is husk. Husk. Who said honey? Somebody said honey. Honey. Honey and bee go together. Yeah. Honey is the Buddha nature. Bee is the obstacle. Yeah? Is the obscuration. So like that 9 different. Why it's lotus? For example, lotus, bee, and husk. These 3, these 3 obscuration of like Deva realm. Deva realm. Deva realms doesn't has this anger, attachment, and ignorance. Don't have fierceful active. They have kind of like a more calm one. Calm. Maybe they don't really like a volcano, right? Some places in Indonesia, active volcano, right? Some places in Indonesia, what do you call? Not active, but there's still smoke coming out. Yeah, not active, right? But still there's a volcano, hot water is coming out, some steam is coming up, but you don't see fire, right? So God realms, attachment, anger, and ignorance, kind of like habitual tendencies, or whatever. Anyway, here is the right term is there, but they have, yeah. So this first 3 examples explaining of the obscuration from Deva realm. That doesn't mean don't obscure us as a human also, but particularly in the Deva realm like state. Attachment. Lotus is giving an example of obscuration of attachment. Attachment, lotus, remember this ugly, smelly lotus flower, you know. So attachment is like that. Attachment is look like, it's actually ugly, but look like beautiful, you know, look like very attractive. So attachment goes like find object of attach, then very attractive, and then goes with attach, exciting and how to say, attractive, and then finally ends with changed into ugliness, comes with ugliness, and then from begin to end anyway it suffers, go through suffering. So similar like this lotus and then first is looks like a pretty and nice, but then turns into the ugly and the smelly, and then it's rotten, gets rotten, and in that way like lotus. And then anger is like bee. Bees keep their honey, and then some people take honey, and then bee get very angry, and then even they give up their life. You know. Bees sting, and then when after they sting, they die, and because very angry. So here is anger is giving an example, analogies, bee obscuration, and then husk. that when what brown rice, right? Rice has a husk, right? You cannot see the rice actually when from farmer, yeah, kampong. When you go to kampong farmer, rice have to peel the skin. If not peel the skin, cannot. So our ignorance is like that. It's covered. It's like there you cannot see your true reality because of this husk, similar ignorance. So and so on. There's 9 different examples, explains 9 different levels of obscurations. So those are the obscurations that obscured our enlightenment nature. That's why we experience samsara and the suffering. But good thing is that this can be removable if we make an effort and follow what Buddha taught. Then we can remove that. So the removable. Once we remove that, then our enlightenment nature is revealed. That enlightenment nature is then forever happiness, lasting happiness, unconditional peace, and then also this is a protection on the compassion, through the compassion and the protection, refuge of all sentient beings until samsara is empty. And that is then once we that is Buddha give a statement that anybody can achieve because everybody has this potential, or everybody's nature is that true nature of enlightenment. That is called Buddha nature, like that. So then that is our like a final, highest kind of a goal that we can achieve, and the most meaningful, ultimate meaning, ultimate happiness, and the highest kind of wisdom and compassion nature that the most powerful. There's nothing more powerful than this, the Dhammakaya. That is our goal to achieve. So this kind of explains everything about actually in our real life questions as well. Like you said, oh, this is a Buddhist teachings, but I wanted to know why I suffer, why suffering, why this, why that. But you can answer all this our regular, like regular everyday questions by this, right? This is a wonderful philosophy, very deep, but at the same time it's related to our everyday life. Because everyday life is also, Buddha nature is there all the time, right? In everyday life. So that's why also some teachings say Dhammakaya is Dhammakaya is our mind. Nature of true reality of our mind is Dhammakaya. Pranjana Paramita, Mahamudra, Buddha nature, and clear light nature of mind, yeah, and then awakened mind, yeah. All that is simply your or our, our mind, nature of our own mind is there. So, which means Buddha is in our own mind is actually is enlightenment, Dhammakaya, Buddha. Buddha is there. Buddha is our own mind is Buddha. So first, that is we have to understand that, and then if we understood that, then if our true nature of our mind itself is the Dhammakaya, awakened mind, Samyaka Sambuddha is there, all the enlightenment qualities there, then how I can experience this my true nature instead of experiencing samsara, So how I can actually reveal, directly experience my Dhammakaya, and how I can be free from this samsara, and then the confusion state of samsara, confused, the samsara state of suffering. And then that is simply then we, how to say, we meditate on our nature of mind. Simply we how to say, meditate means our meditating on the nature of mind. Nature of mind means we all have mind, right? We all have a mind. That mind is that mind. What is that mind means? Thinking that what is that mind? That awareness, that is mind. Then sometimes you meditate means being just being open and being aware of that very mind awareness, and then let it be like 100% kind of honest and authentic. Be honest to yourself. Don't fabricate. Don't create like this. It should be that. 100% like don't not fabricate it. Be honest with yourself. Be like natural. And when you think, give ideas and emotions and thoughts, and that is you fabricate it, create it, right? That is not reality. Reality is you have to just, all you have to do is you have to look, you have to see, That's all you can do actually. You cannot create a reality. If you create a reality, this is not reality. Reality is there already. Buddha nature, there, primordial. Nothing can change. Even we're born in a hell, still doesn't change this. Or even we're born in a Deva, still doesn't change. Even become a Buddha, still doesn't change. But the reality is there, but the problem is we create, fabricate. So try not to fabricate and try to live the reality of mind, that whatever mind it is, it's in whatever appears by itself, but all you have to do is truly kind of being aware of nature in a deeper kind of nature aspect of mind. See that then kind of you, if you don't really want, difficult to see that, I think sometimes I use this this is, I'm not saying this is a Dhammakaya, but Dhammakaya is without removing our obscuration, klesha, there is no Dhammakaya that we can experience. But actually, where I think a correct kind of roughly experience a really true aspect of mind is, I think when you, very short, give you a short moment, like just 1 second, like this moment, and then you look into your mind, with mind, and then you see clearly your mind, right? You experience if you don't experience your mind, then you become rupang, yeah? You don't have mind. But you experience your mind, that's why you are not rupang, your mind. That time, short moment, you experience your mind, like this moment. This moment is so short, there's no time to have ideas, thoughts, emotions, sad, happy, or anything. You cannot have it because it's so short. But that time you still experience your mind. That mind is more true reality, unfabricated. This too short to fabricate, moment. But that's an example. If you can, but then if you can experience in 1 second like this, then why you cannot extend 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, or 10 seconds more like that? But then with that one is this are not from teachings of Uttaratantra, but I'm saying from advices from this gurus, especially Mahamudra gurus. Then if difficult, sometimes even during the difficult to meditate, then try to do this enlightened gurus like such Telo, Naro, Marba, Milarepa, Gambupa, and then Karmapa like this. Prior to other gurus, those enlightened gurus, 84 Mahasiddhas, and then prior to those gurus to give me blessings so I can understand my unborn nature of my mind. Kind of devotion also opens mind, then help you to experience your that true nature, unborn nature of mind. And then you experience a little bit, then you get excited, right? Similar like everything is like that, good way or bad way. Even a bad way also, right? You something you experience a little bit and then you want more, and then you want more, then become addicted. But the good way is not addicted, but the good way also you actually experience something, then no need to people force you to meditate, no need to people explain or prove you to there is meaning to meditate, right? You already experience. You know, little bit of experience, then you want to meditate more. You meditate more, then you experience deeper and more. So in that way, then you can progress. But then finally, then reach to the levels and that way process of then removing obscurations of our Buddha nature, cloud is removing, yeah. But during that time, true important thing is devotion and compassion. That helps. Otherwise, only a dry kind of like a intellectual. Oh, I'm going to nature. Buddha nature is there. I understand like that. Then maybe it doesn't work very effectively. So there's devotion. It's a devotion to enlightened gurus, including Buddha himself. Yeah. Then there's compassion to all sentient beings. And with that, then meditate like that way. This is just connected. How to say? Some topic connected. Somehow I just said those things, but it's not in the text. Uttaratantra, yeah. Okay, so you kind of roughly know what is the nature of mind. If we we are introduced correctly, kind of recognize where to focus when we meditate. Yeah, when we meditate on that. Before I give you example, a clear nature, kind of that mind, unfabricated mind. Sometime in the Mahamudra term is used ordinary mind. Ordinary means original, very original, unfabricated mind. That is, what is that? Before example, very short one like that. So if you focus, just simply being aware and with clarity and aware of that, then that is meditation, most profound meditation. Then that is what you to be aware, what you to be mindfulness of. Reality, true reality. Otherwise, you don't know what to be mindfulness. You don't know even what is true reality, where to focus. How you can be mindfulness for what? You can be mindfulness of everything or anything, but that's normally also we kind of mindfulness, right? When you're driving, you know where to go, and your mindfulness like this. Especially mindfulness of police coming. Oh, no. No, it says when you are driving. No, I just made a joke. The mindfulness of police. Sorry. What I'm trying to say is when you know where to focus on, what to meditate on, what to be mindfulness of, that true reality, ordinary nature of mind, yeah, ordinary mind and unfabricated mind, yeah. Then when you know that you are being mindfulness and focusing on that, then maybe sometimes of course thoughts comes. There's many thoughts comes, and then you think, oh, thoughts coming, and now I cannot focus, it's interrupting. Then you kind of forcefully stop thoughts. So that is wrong also. Don't stop thoughts forcefully. Thoughts comes, there's nature. It's like a wave comes from ocean. You cannot stop forcefully wave. The wave. But if you look carefully, wave, what is a wave? Wave is ocean actually. There is no wave other than ocean itself. If you carefully. If you don't look carefully, then you think something top of the ocean, right? Very annoying, right? And it's not peace. So you get, you try to stop it, you cannot. Similarly, like the thoughts comes, and at the same time you, instead of engaging with the thoughts, like continuing engaging in thought, just look into the essence of thought, being aware of the essence of thought. Then thought is mind itself. There is no thought other than mind itself. Thought has same nature. Thought is clear and how to say, actually not empty, but we often, you can say clear and empty in a kind of nature, that mind is the same before. The thought is there's no thought other than mind itself. So when we are not aware, then it sounds like a solid, thoughts, emotion, and feeling there, right? But when you are aware, look into the essence, then that's nature, that mind itself. So if you being able to do that, just being when thoughts arise, when you are meditating, yeah. I'm not saying every day in everyday life. If you every day in life, your boss asks you something and you just dissolve into your thoughts, then maybe boss will hit you, Vajra. No, boss is not allowed to do that, right? Boss is allowed to fire you from job. No. Then, when you're meditating, then when thought comes, and then immediately recognize, and then if recognize, then look into the nature, then it's liberated. Then liberated. Thought doesn't matter how bad, like attachment, anger, jealous, whatever thought, then it doesn't affect, it's just arises, and then at the same time it's transformed into the nature of mind itself, transform into the wisdom, or transform into mindfulness, transform into wisdom, wisdom awareness. Yeah? And then that way, then you sit like that. So that is meditation, yeah? If you understand. If you cannot do that, then you focus on the breath, focus on the statue, focus whatever, then do things, other things, But if you can do that, that is the most profound meditation, because meditation is a way to see reality, true reality. So when we see this, then we become more clear and clear of our nature of true reality. Then at the same time, then we become aware of everything is why is not, everything that what is not true. You learn something, you learn the truth, then you don't have to learn everything that is untrue, right? When you learn the truth, the untrue is revealed by itself untrue, right? Do you have to learn one by one, this is not true, this is not true, this is not true. And then even you find the truth. If you are looking for this real bell, yeah? This bell, right? And then you find this bell, right? You are vividly looking at, oh, I found it. And then this put here. Now you look, oh, this is not a bell, 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 and then looking for everything. Then you don't have to do that, right? You see this vividly, this is a reality, true bell. Then at same everything else is not true bell. You see already, right? So when you look into reality, ultimate reality, true nature of the how to say, yourself and what is the true ultimate nature, you see that. Then everything that else, or the advantageous, stands of advantageous, they are the temporary, they are the advantageous, they are not true reality, they are true nature, not true nature, they are not primordial nature. Then everything else is like that. That's why Buddha taught is ultimate nature, and then ultimate truth and the relative truth, right? Relative truth is everything else is a relative truth. Anyway, here I'm just talking about the thought, so you don't have to, in this particular meditation, you don't have to particularly forcefully stop, but at the same time also important to be aware and look into the nature of thought itself. When Milarepa asked a female disciple, a young lady, followed Milarepa, oh, in samsara now stuck in, I'm sorry, getting too long, yeah. Already it's too long. Okay, maybe you couldn't hear me also. Okay, so in these things I said, let's try to make some kind of summarize some of the points. First point is to recognize our true nature of mind is Buddha nature. We all have enlightenment nature, that wonderful Dhammakaya enlightenment nature is all the time within us, our own true reality is nature of Dhammakaya, yeah? Buddha nature is there. So that's why we can achieve Buddha enlightenment. This is one point, first point. And then second point is how to, so how, the second point is then if our nature is enlightenment and lasting happiness and peace and happiness and enlightenment, then why we are suffering? Then the suffering is come from this defilements, obscuration. Then in order to remove this obscuration, then we meditate. Meditate, so how we meditate? Then simply sit and being aware of our unfabricated nature of mind, unfabricated ordinary mind, simply being aware. The second point, right? Yeah. Then when simply being aware of unfabricated ordinary mind, that time if many thoughts coming, then thoughts not forcefully kind of stop. You don't have to create a thought also, but you not forcefully stop. But when the thought comes, then immediately, when thought arises like this, immediately recognizing, being aware, just aware, and then thought is transformed. Because nature of thought itself is nature of mind, it's the same. Transform into then liberated. You are liberated. You are not affected by this thought. Thought itself is liberated immediately. And then just whatever, how many thoughts come, doesn't matter, or not come, doesn't matter. You just continue focusing on your ordinary, unfabricated mind. Yeah, that is third or whatever, fourth point. Yeah, third point, I think. Only 3 points. They finish. Okay, so you do that, and then sit like don't do it. Try to do it too long, then it's not good. But do it short time, many times. Short. I mean, depends on yourself. How long is it? Like already cannot focus. Already very tired, and then kind of still pretending like sitting, meditating, like that. Don't do like that, and just cut off, and then do something else, something other virtues, But until clear, Then if you can sit very clear and focus, no problem, comfortable and clear, 15 minutes, then that's short, or 20 minutes, or even 15 is too far, then 5 minutes, okay, like that. Or maybe if you can sit a few hours, it doesn't matter, no problem, then it's, that means short, short. Short is, it depends on how much you can do, you have to moderate yourself, and if you don't do that, if you just, I have to meditate and then sit, and then it's first very agitated mind is cannot focus, think all kind of things. Finally, kind of mind comes down and then directly go to sleep, and still kind of pretending you're that sitting there, and then kind of hoping that the time go fast, time go fast, okay, 30 minutes finished, and then tomorrow I'm not going to do it again, So then that's not effective, So, you have to be enjoy, and also you have to know this is most important thing for you. This is finding ultimate reality, true reality for oneself. It's the way to achieve enlightenment, way to see our Dhammakaya, true nature, Buddha nature in this way. And then with that, so do like that. Then still it's difficult to do like that. Then meantime do some this Ngondro practice, including Guru Yoga, and then which means Ngondro practice. So sometimes meditate on 4 immeasurables, like compassion, meditate on compassion to all sentient beings. Sometimes meditate on devotion to Buddha and the enlightened gurus. Very, very deep devotion until your hairs are standing up and then crying tears coming out. Not tears coming out because of watching Korean drama, That's so wasting tears. Precious tears, so waste. Better you think of the sentient beings of 6 realms. Oh, I wanted to help you. I want them to be happy. I want them to be free from suffering. What I can do, like that. So sincere, strong feeling, and your tears coming out. Sometimes you think of this Buddha, enlightened. They're who realize suchness, true reality, enlightenment. There's such a nature, and then they show to all sentient beings. And then the follower of this enlightened gurus follow to Buddha as well. They realize, such like Milarepa and so on, such enlightened, real, truly enlightened gurus appeared vividly even in front of me. Me is still I cannot. My delusion is so thick I cannot not affecting anything. So what kind of a person me or I am, and then kind of oneself recognizing kind of oneself's fault, and then this may I have this enlightened gurus wisdom and compassion, and thinking of this enlightened gurus qualities, what their qualities, and then you very touching kind of feeling, then make your tear comes out as hairs standing up, and then that make your mind obstacles and obscurations go away, and then easier to understand true reality. In that way, then you can understand better. So do like that. That is a traditional way of method. That's why Guru Yoga is there, right? Otherwise, you normally what you do. People say meditation is good for healing, good for relax, good for no stress, good. Many people say good. YouTube say good. Google say good, and whatever you see, random articles are there, and then somebody like this, relax, like this person, and then you do like this, and then a few minutes like this. You don't know what you are doing actually. You don't know even stop thinking or supposed to think or blank out everything or what's supposed to happen. You have no idea. Just. And then expecting some kind of healing and some kind of miracle happen, something like that. Then watch a Korean drama, then crying suddenly. Okay, that's just a joke. I don't know you're watching film Korea or not. I don't know if film Korea make you cry or not. I'm just joking, yeah. But I heard many people say they watch Korean drama, they cry. And here is so one thing that I'm telling you this thing. It doesn't. I'm not saying that I'm enlightened. Yeah? I'm enlightened and I have some kind of high level and spirit in you, and then you should follow. I'm just sharing these teachings sincerely, something that I 100% sincerely believe, and I found it meaningful. And I believe I tell myself I should do that sincerely. Then why not? You're all my friends. Then I take you as like myself. Then hey, friends, do that. Yeah. So that's the point. Eh? But also, not just I'm saying, this actually comes from teachings, all that teachings of those enlightened gurus said like that. I'm going to tell you a short story. I think that story is one of the 84 Mahasiddhas. I think it's in Tibetan called this Mahasiddha is called Shandipa. I think. Anyway, that Mahasiddha, that Shandipa was a scholar, one of the greatest scholar, master. He was traveling and he saw in a kampong the farmer, farmer is working, digging the land with this, what do you call this? Changkul, yeah, Changkul, yeah, with Changkul. And then this Pandita, this master, told the farmer, what would be nice if I think your awareness, wisdom awareness, and of Changkul, digging on I think on nature of mind, digging on nature of mind or something like that. Yeah, this stanza. I don't remember clear what it says. Something like that would be nice. He just said one stanza like that. And then he left. But this farmer took it very serious. Now he was digging with the Changkul a whole day, so many years. While he was digging Changkul, he took example, this Changkul is as that awareness of discriminating awareness, wisdom, that is digging on the nature of mind or something like that. Farm is the like nature of mind. He did like he actually, which means he meditated on unfabricated nature of mind with this wisdom awareness like that. And a few years later, he achieved higher realization, Bodhisattva level. And now he has even a clear voice. He can travel like this, He immediately reached over there another time. He achieved. He became Mahasiddha. Yeah. Then because of he so far away, but then he thought to visit that his guru. And he went to visit his guru in like very quickly, in a fast way. And with his clairvoyance powers, visited the guru, and then guru That guru got old, very old, and couldn't see clear also. Oh, who are you? Then he said, I'm your student. Who student? I have millions of students. Which student? Oh, one that you, long time ago, you walked through my farm and you said, clear light, what's it? Awareness of the Chakul, Dikon, nature of mind, something like that. You give me a piece of their teaching, and then I meditated on that, and then I got accomplished, higher level, Bodhisattva level, or accomplishment. So I came to say thank you to Guru. Say, oh, that's wonderful. But I myself not achieved. He not teacher not achieved. So can you give me back what I teach you? Then the student actually give him these teachings. He a long time ago he gave him, right? He's a scholar, but he did not himself practice that particular thing. So he's not achieved. He's still not enlightened, not achieved a high level. So he is still a great teacher, a scholar, but other than that, he has no realization. So he asked the student to teach me back, and the student teach him back what he before taught to himself. And then he meditated that way, and then also teacher also finally realized, achieved enlightenment. So I'm hoping something like that. I just give you some teaching, share something from here, or Guru's teachings, yeah. Hopefully some of you realize and then come to me and teach me, and then I can, enlighten. Otherwise, it's very difficult. No, everybody looks so serious, doesn't understand what I'm saying. That is the plan, yeah? That is the plan. Investment. He invested only one student, but so many of them. Investment. Oh, so now we are talking about actually is Buddha nature. So Buddha nature is our true nature of ourselves. That is completely enlightenment nature. That nature is so Buddha nature. Anyway, why then continue here is why Buddha taught Buddha nature, about Buddha nature, this true nature, Buddha nature, Tathagata Garbha, and the end, later part of his teachings, why he didn't teach earlier, and why in the end, later part of the teachings he teach that is so if we ask questions, then Buddha taught because first thing is if we don't know we have Buddha nature, we don't encourage to achieve enlightenment. We don't know even this is possible. We don't even get such idea to achieve enlightenment, and we don't have any inspiration or encouragement to achieve enlightenment. First, if not, and another thing, and that's the first reason. Second reason is if we have little bit achieved, little bit of kind of realization, little bit achieve kind of practice a little bit, then suddenly we get pride, such pride. I'm better than everybody else, and everybody else is, some kind of inferior like that. Because you cannot think like that. Everybody has the Buddha nature, enlightenment, ultimate, true enlightenment nature, everybody. So that's why then you will have understanding all sentient beings actually like Buddha. In true reality, they are always enlightened Buddha, you know. So don't, how to say, don't look down upon others. Maybe not. That's not correct word. Some I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, not looking in inferior kind of other sentient beings, being looking at inferior or something. Then okay. While I'm looking the pages, Erica, you can translate, please. Okay, then also then we don't know, if the Buddha not mentioned, we don't know the suffering and the causes of suffering. These are the temporary, not true reality of our suffering. This is removable, something that we can be actually free from this thing. These are the temporary, advantageous kind of thing. And then true reality, enlightenment, nature, wisdom, and then all this lasting happiness, peace, and all that is part of our true nature. We don't know that as well. Then we become, because of that ignorance, we don't know that. Then that is, then we will never ever be able to realize the true reality. And there's another thing. Because of that, then if you don't know that, then oneself attached to oneself means oneself attached to these aggregates of the form, feeling, perception, formation, and all that. That thinking as me, like that, and then me is superior than others, or some kind of superiority, some kind of grasping attachment. Then that bonds into samsara, and then furthermore circle, endless circle into the samsara, and then becomes and so on. Then there actually here you later we read in text that the five faults. In order to prevent these 5 faults, or in order to clear these 5 mistakes, then Buddha taught Buddha nature in the end. Beginning didn't teach because cannot understand. Beginning step by step, first like easier things, step by step. Then later, then Buddha taught the definitive meaning, ultimate meaning, deepest meaning, and so on. Then people, some of scholars said they understood like this. If Buddha taught this Buddha nature in order to prevent these 5 faults, which means Buddha nature is not literally is a true thing, but it's Buddha just taught this for reason, like that. And then again that according to eighth Karmapa, great scholar, said that is wrong. Buddha taught this not, that doesn't mean it's not definitive meaning. What Buddha taught, Buddha nature is definitive, absolute meaning. Otherwise, if sentient beings truly don't have Buddha nature, then what is the point of even preventing these 5 faults? If you don't have Buddha nature, then why you should be encouraged to achieve Buddha? Anyway, you cannot achieve Buddha, you know. If all sentient beings doesn't have truly Buddha nature, then why it is a bad thing to be, you think you are superior and others are kind of looking inferior because they also don't have Buddha nature. There's nothing wrong, you know. But that is not the case. Since all other sentient beings has Buddha nature, and so on. So anyway, the point is here's Karmapa Michodoji is argued, and then according to, so here final statement is Buddha nature that Buddha taught is literally definitive meaning. It's not something that Buddha just taught. Actually, there is no Buddha nature, but some reasons Buddha taught Buddha nature. Not like that. Some people describe that, but then come up and meet you. They just said it's not like that, and he explains the reason when you read in commentary, very clear. So it's 100% totally makes sense. So the point is, we all sentient beings has Buddha nature. That's a definitive meaning, and that's truly as what it said. So we take it as a definitive meaning, definitive meaning of teachings of Buddha. Okay, now I'm going to read the rest of reading transmission long, 我们这些把人们三千块钱我就老是用的，所以了没有了chances了，特别是小姐的时候，这没得这个，四十了么都不就会小姐就会下了chances了，chances我都确实把它解决了，估计说也给我就是的，他们这当一阵是我10年3把的累积了，就在我这有这么的，确实过了过的说，difficult to see， cha da da da。 梦到的，公道找到帮找到通个浪，通个浪帮马到到他比萨拉点吧伊，提马那么个白马伊不说白尼，热的的你要么不接你要我接我太阳的，听得到给接那个的就了把了的那人把这。 rinpoche da nida jida nida niji ma tani jidara pema dabje dundu juna yiga da china gawa mewa doja gawa deje jida soja dhamma ne shinde tu de don de da deje don je deje sheda je wena nila dunga je ba je jidara Deso nimbo ni churu bumbe dribata deshi nimbo tonto mari gongi buchi drib chidar miza mitunba deshi chada jena ji dabatembi ju yi churu kune dawa mizan dra chidara nuni Dipana meshi teme tota teji chena ranjini mari pancha sayi dip chidra nyuso rimjewe sabu shumba choba to teji teni tongba namne dobra je papi lamna ta dewa lenji soji buju na je gomba ishi pancha na kosho tansu tonto chombara ten sadu La di tima ni ngabu tima tangdo so ngabu chanda mi tobi shi namba mimba shi sasam jindi tima na sanda koi shi shi de dani chenpo doji de tingin zinji shamja yi se te tara cha so tima gu pema so pema la so tada so pema la so tada tingi raji chugu da deshi ni da rija de teni pesu chidane ngana jini shebracha jite chuku namni shijate chui shinde timeda te jitu sabada naso suni tomba wo jitende pi jitende dila peni mami pe tenshi Nyeba nida dawa nida tenpa ye chamu samu su teni dansi ruchi pa shi de namba na so su teni na so bumni shi she cha Rangshi juwa meba da geta namba tabi che te shi nyen te ser chi ni su ta chombar jo pa yin Tedan Ribu Shin Shin Du Rini Namni Sheja De Tome Ranshi Ne Ba Da Yanda Lawa Choni Do Rindu Nile Sanji Ji Kusu Doban Doba Yi Tambo Kuni Tambo De Niba Yini Chima Ni Ngo Ni Kun Zebane Rinche Kunda Sheja De Ranshi Jini Jemi Da Yundi Rinche Te Choji Jesi Chede Chal Zolo Kola Jushi No Su Kuni Sunyi Jini Ranshi Chituba Sirji Suda Bu Rangjo Naji Todo De Tabani Tonja Yi Chimi Nimi Jigo Bawa Mimi Bene Towa Men Dala Soja Jema Chaba Java Jose Me Yanda Nila Yanda Da Yanda Tona Number 2 Nami Jebi Tsini Je Lobu Kanji Tagi Kamto Ki Nami Mebi Tsini Je Lami Je Tong Wai Tinda Milo Ji Shi Tedo Tere Shi Jata Je Namgo Tong Ba Shi Soni Yandere Jana Simji La Sanji Nimbo Yeji Chite Song Senshu Sentient Men La Nyeba Ta Yanda Menzi Yanda Chola Kuro Ta Ja Hlabi Chunga Kanda La Yeba Teda Tebon Tundi Song Nyomo Tinda Jawa Lene Milano Joji Nyomo Lene Nam Pomo Juma Trubashi Ngani Tetra Namsha Ba Laya Lami Jundune Nyepanga Pongi Community Jitemba in Tetra Tenimata Badala Nyebi Nyeba Sinishumanga Jila Janjisim Nijimi Kala Janjisim Bedani Choji Lomana Janjisim Jibala Mimi Dujera Duje Teta Simbatela Yanda Shiba Mijewa Tena Yanda Minzi Yanda Tuni Rimi Juma Lobuwa Niji Simji Jude Yanda Yanda Nyede Damiba Yunde Raji Daba Yanda Mimi Niji Yanda Yunde Kunde Le De Dada Simji Song Tong Chamba Tumin Juru Ditra Teni Dobale Tuda Damba Juda Shira Yiji Jamjini Chunga Jiri Deleni Kanamata Menso Da Jumi Yunde Denda Dada Simji Chong Jam Le Sanji Nini Nyutu To Teba Jumu Jumlami Teju Konjo Giri Nambra Yewale Dishibi Nimbu Te Kap Nimbu I Kap Te Tambu Wo. So this last time we study nine examples of how our Buddha nature is obscured, right? And the obscurations gradually how purify. That is 9 examples, have 9 different examples, gradually purify. And last example is the Buddha body, Buddha statue, statue, golden statue. Oh no! Last example is the gold under the underneath the dirt. That is last example. For example, even a Bodhisattva, 10th Bhumi has some kind of a cognitive, very subtle obscuration. That's why not they are completely enlightened. That obscuration is like dirt, but then Buddha nature is like gold. And finally, if that dirt is removed, then gold its nature is never changed, is revealed. Similarly, when the obscuration finally Vajra Samadhi like Vajra like Samadhi, Buddha sit under the Bodhi tree. When you become a Buddha under the Bodhi tree, and that Samadhi is removed, final, last, very subtle obscuration, then removed, and then Buddha nature is clearly revealed, then Dhammakaya is achieved, and so on. So these are the 9 examples. After the 9 examples, mentioned who has 9 examples, who are the 9 obscurations. these are the obscurations of three poisons with three poisons, active, very active three poisons, very less active three poisons, and then arhats has some kind of a subtle ignorance, and then bodhisattvas also have some tendencies of this ignorance, cognitive obscurations, and those are the people, beings who has obscuration, and what are the obscuration to mention here. This we didn't have time to go through one by one of the stanza, but I just read the reading transmission, and then after that mentioned the nature of, then we achieve Dharmakaya, and then a little bit of a mention of what is Dharmakaya like here. But the later chapters also more detail will explain about the Dharmakaya. And then here mentioned what is the essence of what is Buddha nature. Nothing to need to be removed, nothing to be added. Truth. Look at the truth, and you see truth. That is then you are liberated at the same time. And so on. Then Buddha nature explains. After that, then why Buddha taught about the Buddha nature and last circle of his teachings, and then the reason Buddha taught that the 5 reasons why Buddha taught about the Buddha nature, and then after that is so yeah, so that's why if we heard about the Buddha and learn Buddha nature, we get encouraged, interested and encouraged to achieve Buddhahood. And we also understand all sentient beings has same Buddha nature, and then we can have sincere compassion, true, sincere, unconditional compassion and respect to all sentient beings. And also then we understand that our suffering and causes of suffering are temporary thing, can be removable. And also we understand that enlightenment qualities and wisdom and happiness, all that is ultimate nature of our self. That is something, not something that we have to create and look for another source, or somebody has to create it. It's the ultimate nature that we understand. And then finally, we don't grasp on a wrong thing, that is thinking it's a self. Right now we think this whole this physical body, emotional that's body, and feeling, perception, ideas, thoughts, all this together we kind of think me, like grasping, but there's nothing actually solid, really substantial me is there. It's wrong. And then after that we also think maybe something is me, is some kind of a substantial entity, not body, not mind, but something they call soul. There's no such thing also. So all that is a clear wrong kind of understanding, wrong kind of belief. So then you, correctly, then really true nature of oneself is a Buddha nature. But Buddha nature, that is not a substantial entity, that is not, that is a transcendental, awakened nature, clear light nature of mind. So we understand that, and then with that, then we know how to practice briefly with the meditation. I just explained briefly, and then you can practice that way. Other than that is practicing 6 paramitas diligently, and then we try our best to follow 6 paramitas, and then we achieve finally, then hopefully soon achieve Buddha Dhammakaya. And okay, that part is then fourth, Buddha nature. And now fifth is, what is fifth? What's the point now? Enlightenment, right? Fifth is enlightenment. Then what is Buddha? Then explains by fifth. And then sixth, qualities. Then actually, what qualities Buddha has, what kind of power Buddha has. Then sixth point explains. And then what Buddha do, what Buddha do, or what you do when you achieve Buddhahood. Then 7 explains, 7 point. But the 5, 6, 7, and then we have to do it next time. This time is libur, again holiday for you. Because you like holiday. Just kidding. Maybe you don't like holiday, you like study. This commentary is on, we finish until page 182,
Jadi kita sudah menyelesaikan sampai halaman 182.
Next year when I come and then ask you where we are, which page number? Maybe some of you like enlightened already. I don't care, I achieve enlightenment already. I meditate, I'm enlightened already, I don't care where page number is.
Jadi Rinpoche mengatakan tahun depan kita, akan ditanya ya, kita sudah sampai di halaman berapa. Mungkin nanti tahun depan beberapa dari kita sudah tercerahkan dan kita akan mengatakan, oh saya tidak peduli lagi lah sudah halaman berapa, saya sudah tercerahkan.
Okay, that's finished for today. Maybe one question. What time is now? 9 something?
9:15.
9:15. One question, one or two questions.
Satu atau dua pertanyaan.
Katika has another one.
The question is, if we have done mistake and then we regret that, people say the bad karma will be like reduced because you regret. But how if we already regret it, but in the future we have the condition that suddenly we have to do the same mistake. We don't want that the condition will make us to do the same mistake, but we already regret about that. How it's about the karma? Is that we stuck in that level, or how? What is the karma if we regret but we do it again?
Okay, so first of all, future regret, you cannot regret for future. Regret is about past. If future regret, then you're doing this again, that doesn't mean a regret. If I kill somebody, if I beat somebody, right? If I beat somebody like this, then I'm so sorry, I really sincerely sorry, and then beat again. That is not regret, that's not sorry. That is just, I'm just using what saying, lip service, But if I really sorry, then I don't want to do that. So in the future, you really regret, then maybe you don't want to do it again. Yeah. But anyway, even if you can regret, if you there's a way regret about the future. That term is kind of used. Regret. I think it's not cannot be called regret, but that is something like future, some kind of a hesitation. It's actually hesitation. Hesitate to do it again. You kind of know you're going to have to do it, but at the same time you recognize this is not a good thing that you doing it. You will do it. So there's some hesitation. This hesitation is good. Actually will be less. At least you will do it less, or will be a little bit less. But that doesn't stop karma as long as you do it. Yeah. If somebody enjoy killing animal and somebody is some kind of a forced situation and then don't want to kill but have sense of maybe feel guilty and sorry. Of course, these two has still same killed, but there is different levels of their crime. And one is a little bit lighter because there's sense of feel guilty and sense of hesitation, sense of recognition of wrong. So it's a little bit lighter, I think.
Satu pertanyaan lagi kalau ada, ya silakan.
So it's a mention that to achieve, sih tadi awal sih, awal kan ya? Maksudnya orang kok mencapai Buddha, orang mencapai kebahagiaan sejati. Oh iya. Okay. So in order to attain enlightenment, we need to have unconditional compassion. And then it means like you have equanimity, or you balance your compassion because it's unconditional. You don't choose. But as a householder, most of a householder, especially being a mom, of course you will, family is your priority. It means like you unconditional anymore because you have your priority, family first. So, is that possible? Pertanyaan, apakah mungkin ya rumah tangga bisa mencapai pencerahan? Karena tidak bisa memiliki unconditional compassion. Betul ya? Jadi, is that possible for a householder to attain enlightenment? Because it's difficult to have unconditional compassion.
No. Not only it's difficult to have unconditional compassion, but it's difficult to have anything that cause of enlightenment. All of them, 6 parameters. All of them 6 parameters. Not easy. That's why we have to train many lifetimes, probably. Yeah, many lifetimes. Doesn't mean this lifetime your household. Doesn't mean another lifetime. Yes. That's one thing. Anyway, many lifetimes. But another thing is household unconditional love means love is not limited. Your love very deep and very can extend to all limitless beings. Sincere love. So that is that doesn't mean you love 1, 2, 3 people, then your love is finished, stopped. Because of you love 3 people and you cannot love sentient beings. Actually, that's not the case. Loving your family doesn't mean you cannot love another sentient beings. Your loving to your family actually is not enough. You love. Love means sincere. Love is not kind of a pride, attachment, pride. Most of the family members may be not true love, some kind of attachment and pride. That is based in selfish also, because of me and because my something to do with all that. Yeah, but love here means sincere care and concern for the well-being of others. Yeah, so that sincere care and concern of well-being of others you can have to all beings, including your family. And of course, still sometimes we have a situation. Family is here. First, you have responsibility also. Other sentient beings may be far, and also other sentient beings, some sentient beings, you cannot do anything. Maybe you cannot do. But that, of course, you have to take responsibility for your family first. That doesn't mean you don't love others. Of course, the family, you have to take care of your family. Not only love, but you have responsibility, right? That's a reality. That doesn't mean you become. You cannot practice unconditional anyway. Yeah. So, but also, if you really sincerely love your family, then that is good. Actually, good for practice unconditional love. Expand. Then you have an example. Example, I love my mother. I love my son or something. Example like that. Now, I know what is true love. This kind of feeling I am going to try to have towards all living beings, all sentient beings, like that. Even it helps instead of it prevent you to actually practice unconditional love, I think. Equanimity. Equanimity is, you can do 2 ways to equanimity. First, you love 2 persons, right? 2 persons, your son and your mother. And you don't love anybody else. So now equanimity means make equal. There's 2 ways to make equal. You don't love your son and mother anymore, then equal become. No, you don't love anybody, so equanimity become. Another way is you love mother and son, you love still same care and love, but you can other sentient beings. Maybe it's very, very difficult for us to make equally anyway. No need to worry, but still kind of closely care, sincerely care, like I care all sentient beings, like I care my mother, I care of my son. Actually, eventually, not even mother, son, you love the most is yourself. You love your mother because it's your mother, your son. And then I care all sentient beings like I care myself. That's how we have to train slowly. That doesn't mean we can train immediately right now, become like that. But in that way, then it's slowly Bodhisattva's training is like that way. Then realizations go up and then become easier and easier. I care sentient beings like I care myself. But of course, same time also, you understand you have responsibility for protect and survive by yourself, right? If you don't do, then who else will do it? That doesn't mean I care everybody else like myself. It doesn't mean neglect yourself and just then careless of your own well-being. doesn't mean like that. So similar like that, when you love all sentient beings, doesn't mean you neglect and are careless of your family. Okay. I don't know if you need to translate or not. Maybe no need. Everybody understood, right? I think no need. Oh, actually before is talk about unconditional love and not equanimity. I think I said the wrong thing. Anyway, last part I kind of said equanimity. Unconditional love anyway to loving family is help only. Doesn't mean it's loving family become obstacle for unconditional love.